DJI Mini 4 Pro versus DJI Mini 3 Pro comparison. Got that coming up next. Bill, the drone reviewer here. If you like the content of this video or anything on my channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss any future content. With that, let's begin. The other night, I hosted Rotor Talk Live and was joined by Mr. Marcus Crawford and Mr. Ron Brunt. We spent the better part of the evening discussing all the latest about the just-released DJI Mini 4 Pro, including a DJI Mini 4 Pro versus DJI Mini 3 Pro comparison. So without any further ado, let's roll that clip in its entirety.
Nobody was really looking for a Mini 4. Nobody was looking for a Mavic 3 Pro. DJI popped a lot of products out that people really weren't looking for an upgrade yet. Versus things like the Air 3 and the Pocket 3, which they were looking for that stuff to be upgraded this year. So
and you know that's really kind of all right. Excuse me here. I want to go over a couple of articles on the Mini 4 Pro that they have, and there's a great comparison with the Mini 4 Pro with the Mini 3 Pro, and I wanted to spend some time on that. So let's take a look at this here. You know, one of the things I kind of want to start off with before we get into the article here, you know, one of the things, and we kind of talked about this both on Drone Nation and on you know, and at noon about how the release was handled in terms of, you know, 8 o'clock was available out on the mothership's website, and then slowly but surely it kind of trickled down to Adorama, and B&H got it, and then Amazon ended up getting it. And really the first one that really had this, Ron, was Best Buy. Because
well, that's a strange thing, Bill. You know, we had to reserve our Mavic, our Mini 4s on DJI. I had to wait until 8 o'clock to purchase them. But people, Johnny Droneflyer and Ray Kelly, both walked into their local Best Buys and was sitting right there on the shelf. So DJI was making us wait, but yet, you know, Best Buy had them right out. You know, you could pick them up and buy them. So it seems like something was wrong there, Bill.
Yeah, it was really kind of off, because I know I talked to Mark White, our good friend from over in the UK. He posted our friend Sean from Spain. He ordered his, and the next day it came.
Monday morning, before we came to the show, and he got it this morning.
Yeah, that's just absolutely crazy.
But Bill, I can't say names, but I know a certain famous YouTuber who picked his Mini 4 Pro at a Best Buy near Philadelphia this morning.
Holy cow, that's just crazy.
I mean, this thing's coming. It's coming fast, Bill.
Yeah, it really is.
Well, Monday night, I looked at when it did become available on Amazon in the evening. If I would have pre-ordered it Monday night, it'd have been here Wednesday. It'd have been here tomorrow. I mean, this thing is lightning fast delivery.
I ended up getting mine through B&H because they had promotional financing, and you know it ended up doing, and it'll be here Thursday. And for me, what day? If it comes during the week, it's kind of irregardless for me, because because I work during the week and I won't be able to touch it till the weekend anyway.
It gives you time. It does give you time to charge some batteries up and stuff, though.
Absolutely, to charge the batteries up and get ready to
the battery controller charged up. Get your updates done. Yeah.
So we're gonna go. I'm gonna go over this article here. You know, it talks about, of course, that the first Mavic Mini launched in 2019, and we're now in 2023. And it pointed out a number of the features, the pricing. The runtime was 34 minutes with the normal battery, and the package prices, it went over those again. It talked about the camera here, and then the filming modes: master shots, quick shots, hyperlapse, panorama, quick transfer is back again. The DJI RC N2 combo is for $759. Okay, the Pro with the RC2 retails for $959. The Fly More combo with the normal battery retails for $1099, and the Fly More combo with the extended battery retails for $1159 here.
Now, Bill, how much does the drone only go for?
Yeah, and there is no pricing on that right now. Okay, and that's probably going to be a little bit down the road. But all in all, it was very interesting. Now, of all the
I mean,
reviews,
DJI really held the line on their pricing in the mini series.
yes, that's one thing I think a lot of people who ended up purchasing it, I saw some positive comments about that the pricing was very much in line as it should have been. One of the things that I spent some time doing both before, after your show and then after my show, was I spent some time watching several of the reviews, and I'll come back to Billy's review because I thought it was Billy just does he encompasses everything. He gets everything, and and he did it in a great way, and he explained the differences, and it was done succinctly, and it was done well. And if you guys are out there watching videos, go ahead and watch it. Now, I also watch Aldrin. He did a great job. Sean from Air Photography, he did a great job. Dobo, he did a great job. Those are the ones that I really sat down and kind of watched through bell to bell all the way through.
Ross has one out. Also, Potato Jet has one out also. I mean,
I saw the one from Potato Jet, and he's climbing
all the big guys.
They all have them out there. DC Rainmaker, he had his out there as well too. I didn't get a chance to watch his. But those are some of the those are some of the ones. Again, if you want to pick one to really watch to help you, watch Billy's, because he gets into a lot of detail and he explains the things very well, like he does. He's very matter of fact. He doesn't miss any details. It's very spot on. So well done.
He even tells you about his crash.
Yeah, he even talked about his crash as well too. And you know what? Doesn't that sound reminiscent of Rick Smith and what he did? Because Rick was in sport mode when that happened, and his obstacle avoidance was off, and it was the same kind of scenario, kind of a thing here. So and Billy said Billy was very lucky, where it ended up landing. He really ended up being pretty lucky here. Now I'm going to show. There's a review that let's see here. Yeah. Now they did a review out on Drone DJ, and I kind of want to go over that here a little bit too.
I'm 85% updated now.
Oh, okay, good.
The drone's restarted a couple times.
That's going to happen for me after we're done. I don't know what happened there. Okay, here we go. A DJI Mini 4 Pro review, a sub 250 drone that can actually be used by pros. A drone that wants to be a big boy now is 360 obstacle avoidance. The blinders are now removed. By far the biggest downfall of the Mini 3 Pro was its tri-directional obstacle sensing. One of the first things I did with my Mini 4 Pro when it arrived was flying it right into a tree. Seriously, how can you test it other than running around a bunch of trees? Turns out it performed perfectly, missing branches, leaves, and a picnic table. OcuSync 4, a truly Mini Air 3. The second upgrade in the Mini series is getting the new 04 transmission system announced with the Air 3. The Mini 4 Pro will ship with the RC2 or RC N2 that supports a new system and provides a rock-solid, clear transmission feed, okay? Overall, however, this drone has felt like a flying much smaller version of the Air 3. From a lot of the same specs to 04, all it's missing is the 3x camera and extra speed. It's a little less stable and higher winds due to its weight, but it really is very similar here. D-Log-M, all DJI drones in line on consistent color grading. Okay, that's a good thing if you're into that. Accessories, frustrating ND and wide angle challenge. Like previous drones before, the Mini 4 Pro comes with ND and wide angle lens attachment. The ND filter set comes in rather useful, ND 16, 64, 256. Well, not Ron, I'm a little confused here. Okay, does this have ND filters come with it?
No, it's sold separately.
Yeah,
It doesn't come in the combos or that wide angle lens. And I think both those things, even if you try to buy them at DJI.com, they're already listed sold out.
Yeah, that's what, and that's exactly
that's the rub on them not throwing ND filters in with the drones and the fly more combos like they used to, because you can't even buy them, because even if you want to add them on, they're sold out instantly. So in other words, you have to struggle along for a couple of weeks with no filters, unless you can get third-party ones on Amazon or something before DJI gets restocked. And even what's the filters everybody loves, the Freewells. They're traditionally not available right away either. You have to wait a few weeks before the drones out before the free wells are available. So
And
you're
see,
kind of you're stuck between a rock and a hard place.
it's a vicious loop, Ron, and you brought up a really good point here, because a lot of these accessory manufacturers say, like Freewell, and then Lycus, who makes these cases. I've already put out a feeler to them about the Mini 4 Pro case. It takes time for them to catch up, because they have to tool for this. They have to design it. It's just not all of a sudden, okay, we can cut some foam and it's ready to go. It takes time to do that, and it takes logistics. And same thing with these filters. It takes time for them to do that, because they actually have to have the drone in hand to be able to do this. So it's really kind of a catch-up game with all this, Ron.
Yeah. It's always tough, and these drones that have the 1.7-inch apertures, wide open apertures, they let a ton of light in. So flying without ND filters in bright sunlight, I mean, it's hard to keep a decent shutter speed.
It's the same old camera now, very widely in use. Most important one is the addition of dual native ISO, a first for DJI to have on one of its drones. And in practice, it should help you take better photos. I'm not going to explain how this technology works, reviews long enough, but the gist is less noise at certain ISO ranges here. Okay.
But Bill, I'm going to have to take umbrage with this writer here. I'm pretty sure the Mini 3 Pro had a dual ISO.
I was going to say the same thing. He's a little off on some of this here. Okay. Final verdict is Mini 4 Pro worth it. And we'll kind of leave it at that. But the article I really kind of want to focus on right here. All right, they did a good comparison, and this was one of the articles that I really kind of liked, because it took a good look at the Mini 3 Pro and it took a good look at the Mini 4 Pro, and we kind of compared it on as it should be here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this up on the screen. Okay, Mini 4 Pro versus Mini 3 Series DJI drones compared. Okay, now it lists this here, and this is great here. Okay, it lists the price, of course. Really, the differences start to come right here. You look at the battery. The batteries, battery same, 34 minutes, 45 minutes with the Mini 4 Pro, 47 minutes with a Mini 3 Pro. Okay, maximum hovering time 30 minutes, 39 minutes. And here, 30 minutes and 40 minutes, it's another minute. Maximum flight distance, 18 kilometers, and it lists the specifics here. And then 25 kilometers, it lists the specifics here. Maximum wind speed resistance, it's the same. Maximum pitch angle, 35 degrees for the Mini 4 Pro, 40 degrees for the Mini 3.
So, Bill, are this saying here that the pitch angle is not as great on the Mini 4 as it was on the Mini 3 Pro?
That's what it's saying. According to that, global navigation system, GPS plus Galileo plus VDAL, hovering accuracy range, that looks to be better here. The horizontal looks to be a little bit better here.
Well, what does that exactly mean, hovering accuracy range?
I'm just.
I know what hovering means, but I didn't know there was a range to hovering.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. Maybe Mr. Marcus Crawford can explain that to us.
I don't know, but I was having a good time watching you guys.
Welcome in, Marcus. I know this man doesn't do much hovering, Bill. He sends it. He doesn't mess around just hovering.
Yeah, he gets that up in the air and
old
roll.
School today. I flew the Air 2S and the Mini 2 today.
Wow, you're flying dinosaurs out there in Idaho, huh?
I noticed some things now. I don't want to go off track from what Bill.
Yeah, I don't want to get off Bill's roll here. And Bill, I got a question on you on not a question, but a call out here. And I saw this in a couple of the videos we watched today. Internal storage. Did you notice the Mini 4 now has 2 gigabytes of internal storage versus none for the Mini 3 Pro? And that's again, people are going to laugh 2 gigabytes, but you know what? If you don't have any memory cards with you, forget everything. I mean, at least you can grab some photos and maybe a couple minutes of 1080p videos. So, I mean, I know people want 64, 128, but 2 gigabytes is certainly better than none. I don't know how you guys feel.
Well, that's kind of like that Easter egg that you find here, okay? Because this is the first I've seen that, okay? 2 gigabytes of internal storage, and nobody Man, oh, you're done. Okay, good.
It's initializing now. Marcus, I'm doing the massive update for the Air 3 during.
Yeah, that's
why not do a drone update during a drone show, right?
There you go. Yeah, Johnny
Right,
is just reporting that he tried out that AR return to home for the first time, and
How do you like it?
he said he likes it. It's pretty cool.
Oh, there he is. Yeah,
you know, I remember you guys remember doing it with the Mavic 3.
And why do I have a blue light on the controller? See the light next to the green thing's blinking. It's blue now. What does that blue mean?
I could be updating your controller. I don't know, Ron. I don't know. I'd have to look it up. Somebody out there in the chat is going to tell us to RTF.
Oh, it turned green. No worry. It's done now. It's green again.
Yeah.
So we totally disrail Bill's side-by-side comparison, Bill. Let's get back into it. We were at the internal storage.
Okay, now we're at camera. The image sensor is the same. The lens looks to be the same here. The ISO range, this is where we have some difference here. Video normal and slow motion, 100 to 6400 normal, 100 to 1600 D-Log M, 100 to 1600 HLG, night 100 to 12,800 normal, photo 12 megapixel, 10 to 6400, 48 megapixel, 10 to 3200. Okay, shutter speed. That looks to be different.
Yeah, but I mean the night mode option allows you to go up to higher ISO, so that's probably
exactly. The maximum image size, again, that's bigger here. And still photography modes. This is burst shooting, automatic exposure bracketing, timed. Okay, this is looking like an improvement over.
Yeah, Bill, I think I may be able to help you out in this. I believe with the Mini 4 and now with the Air 3 with the update, it is able to use the 48 megapixel mode in burst and auto exposure bracket, where before you could only do those modes with 12 megapixels. Right. So that's the change.
Hey, I got a question for you guys.
Yes, sir.
So the timed photos, that is not something I've ever used, and I'm thinking about what is the use case for that.
Well, I mean, the use case for time photos on a standard camera would be, you could go jump in the picture yourself while it's snapping.
Right.
But in the air, I mean, I guess you could do the same thing. You could do one of your selfies or whatever at the park or whatever. But I think the real use of it is that, say you want to get everything like kind of set up and that something's going to happen at a certain time. But that is that's what he called one of those narrow use cases. Probably a very small percentage of people that fly this drone ever have use for that feature. But I think it's one of those features that's so easy to put in there that they just throw it in anyways. Like it's so easy for the engineers to do that they just throw it in.
Yeah, so it's probably one line of code.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Here. Okay, now we're looking at some more here.
Oh, you know what I noticed, Bill? I believe both the newer drones, the Air 3 and the Mini 4, have eliminated the MOV mode. That's kind of an Apple mode. I believe it's gone on both of them, and they replaced them sort of with that what we call the high efficiency file instead.
Yeah. So, Ron, why would that be a problem for anybody? I mean, isn't
go ahead and bring this up again.
Isn't JPEG kind of the standard? So,
I jumped the gun there. I jumped to the video. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, I jumped to the.
Wasn't MP4 kind of the standard? What? Excuse me, I got confused there myself. Yeah. Isn't MP4 kind of the standard?
We're getting a couple of different terms mixed up. Like it's, it's you got your video things like 264 and 265 or whatever, which 265 is more efficient, but it makes it work hard in the computer. Then you got your MOV and your MP4 or whatever, which is more of the standard one. The MOV is more of an Apple.
It's an Apple one, right? I understand.
I think it's being replaced by the HEVC, which is also a high efficiency file.
Yes, it stands for high efficiency.
Here's the difference. MPEG-4 is generally .264, where MOV and HEVC are generally .265.
So we got the answer. I saw, Bill, you just had it on the screen about the timed photos from Clark Family Time. Thank you. That makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
That does make sense.
Yeah. Good.
Transmission system, OcuSync 4, remote control to 1080p, 60 frames per second, 1080p, 30 frames per second, aircraft flying video mode, 1080p, 24 frames per second, aircraft is standby mode on the ground. Okay, and then
remember when we jumped hoops if our drone could take 60 frames per second. Now our controllers can actually show it.
Yeah, that's something. I know it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
In high def.
Yeah.
And it's talking 20 kilometers here. It's at 12 kilometers on the Mini 3.
Now, folks, we're not recommending you fly out 20 kilometers.
Yes. Unobstructed strong interference, urban landscape, approximately 1.5 to 4 kilometers. Medium interference, suburban landscape, 4 to 10 kilometers. Low interference, 10 to 20 kilometers. Obstructed, low interference, and obstructed buildings, approximately 0 to 0.5 kilometers. Low interference and obstructed by trees, 0.5 to 3 kilometers. I want to stop right here for a second, okay? That's some pretty detailed testing here, okay?
Yeah.
Whoever got these numbers together for something like that.
Yeah.
I memean, that's pretty dedicated as far as that's concerned. Now, it's OcuSync 4 here, 10 megabits per second with the RC N2, 10 with the RC2, and Wi-Fi 30 megabits per second. Okay, compared to the Mini 3 Pro. Aircraft plus remote controller approximate 120 milliseconds. 120 milliseconds here. 4 antennas, 2T4R, and it says 1T2R here. So I'm kind of clueless.
No, Bill. You're the ham radio guy. You're supposed to tell us what that is.
I should know that kind of stuff. I mean, I gotta see the schematic for something like that. So. But I know what you're saying here. Okay. The batteries are kind of interesting here. 2590 milliamp hours for the normal, and it's 2453 for the normal for the Mini 3 Pro, 3850 for the advanced, and then 3850 for the advanced here. 77.9 grams for the original, and 80.5 on the Mini 3 Pro. 121 grams on for the Plus, 121 grams for Plus here.
So Bill,
Bill.
You're familiar with the controversy on those batteries, right?
Yeah.
Okay. There's some people are saying, Gorilla Man emailed us today and said that DJI told him that the original 249 gram battery from the Mini 3 Pro is not compatible with the Mini 4. However, there are other influencers on YouTube that are saying it is. I would tend to believe DJI, but
Marcus, is it Lauren that told us last night that here's I think we're getting confusion. The new battery, the new normal battery that comes with the Mini 4 Pro is lighter than the normal battery. When I say normal, I'm not talking about Plus batteries here. I'm talking about the 250 gram battery. It is lighter. So if you take the battery from the Mini 3, any Mini 3, and stick it in the Mini 4, your drone will be over 250 grams.
Well, if you look at what it says here for weight, that is exactly correct, right?
Yeah, you're right.
I think that's what DJI probably in lost in translation is confused.
Well, let me add one more thing, Ron. I get what you're saying, and I'm not disagreeing, but I'm also saying you've got it is has less milliamp hours.
Yeah.
So we know that the new drone has a faster processor. It's got more sensors,
avoidance and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it taking more power to?
Marcus, you make an excellent point. I when you get the drone, I not at first because you're going to do the good stuff, but I bet you if you did a test and you put the old battery in the Mini 4 Pro, you would not get the 34 minutes of flight time. That you would get a lesser flight time because the battery's of a less milliamp.
Well, and also, I'm not an engineer, so I'm not saying I know anything. But does the bigger battery, does it allow it to draw more power faster? In other words, is the original Mini 3 battery, can it not draw power fast enough to run everything? And I'm no electrical engineer. You guys that are going to have to.
And Marcus, what you bring up here, you know what? We're going to get more questions about that battery stuff than anything else about the drone. The whole conversation, the drone is going to turn into a battery conversation over the next week or so when the regular folks start to get in their hands.
Yeah,
and you know what? And I'm going to go out on a limb and say this, okay? And I think for DJI, they were in, and they were in. Obviously, they've been in a hurry to get products out this year. All right. My thinking should have been, and this is it, and this is the business marketing major in me talking here right now. Okay, I would have made that battery different. Okay, and the reason I would have made that battery different is because that would have forced you, if you buy a Mini 4 Pro, you know, you're going to have to buy their batteries. Okay, there's no going to the Mini 3 battery or the Mini 2 battery. It's not going, nothing's going to work. You're going to have to do that. So that's more income that's generating on my part, number one. And number two, okay, that would eliminate all this confusion right here, okay? You know, and people like, oh, excited, oh, the batteries, you can swap them and all this and everything. And because Marcus makes a good point. And from what I do know, my little bit that I do know about electrical engineering, because, you know, I do have to know some of that stuff for ham radio, okay? You know, how current and power is drawn, okay? You know, because it's a different module in the Mini 4 Pro than it is in the Mini 3 Pro, it probably has different, it will probably draw more current than the Mini 3 Pro will, okay, the Mini 4 Pro will. So Marcus raises a really good point right there.
And Bill, we've been down this road before with the Mini 1 and Mini 2, where the Mini 1 batteries are working in Mini 2, but not the other way around.
Yeah.
And so we've been down this road before, and we've been through the confusion before too.
And see, they wouldn't. It's like, okay, I'm gonna go back to another example here, just a very recent one. Okay, we go from the Air 2S to the Air 3. Okay, completely different. You know, battery system's different, everything. Okay, so we're all, you know, kind of good with that. You know what I'm saying? And DJI here, I mean, it's like because again, I think for some reason they're in a hurry to get products out this year. You know, they probably cut a few corners, and I think that was one of the corners that they cut, and it's leading to a lot of confusion right now.
Well, I mean, you know, and who knows at DJI Marquee, they may not listen to shows like this. They may not realize there's a bunch of old guys out there that upgrade every year. They're probably thinking, oh, wait a minute, this will be the first drone for a lot of people. They won't have any old batteries, or they'll be upgrading from the Mini 1 and Mini 2, so that they won't have all these old batteries around. They don't realize that half their sales are going to come from people that have the Mini 3.
Well, you know, they came out and they made a statement here that, oh, yeah, they're not compatible, the Mini 3 batteries with the Mini 4 Pro, okay? They're coming out and saying that, okay, because number one, they're covering themselves, okay? And number two, all right, you know, they don't want you to use those batteries because, well, they're going to work, okay? And, well, you're not going to have to spend that money, okay? You know, you can sell your Mini 3 Pro, keep two of the back, you know, sell one battery with it, keep other two, and then you have extra batteries for it, okay? But I'm just gonna throw this out here as well too, guys, okay? I'm gonna say this. With the Mini 3 Pro, when I had it, all right, I never went through more than one battery at a time. I mean, it's like I can get a couple of flights in for my videos and I'm done, okay?
Oh, I have.
Well, you know, you're out there with the great vast.
And Ron is out there with the whole Atlantic Ocean in front of him.
Well, yeah, absolutely. So yeah, me, I have my wonderful development here. So
hey, I got a question for you, Bill. So I'm looking at the battery charger there, and they're saying 30 watts. So if I use my 100-watt charge brick, is it all smart enough that it talks to each other and it's only going to charge it at 30 watts?
Good question.
That is a good question. Yeah, I think because there's circuitry It's built in. It's not going to overcharge these things. Okay, this is not like going out on Amazon and get one of those off-branded guys. All right, that you're not really sure if it's going to work or not, kind of a thing. Okay, there's circuitry in those batteries. And
You mean like an AliExpress charger, huh?
Yes, an AliExpress charger, because they don't go out there and do. I mean, you got to be careful, because, and Rick Smith told me about this, because he's had some chargers that he's put together, ones that charge, will charge batteries all at the same time, out on his website, and he's done the research and he's worked with these people and he knows that they're good. One of the examples was, the fan wouldn't kick on and that unit would end up catching on fire. Okay, that's just one of the examples that he was telling me about, and it's true. It will do that for some of those. So you got to be careful when you do that. So yeah, I think it's going to limit you on this. And I would advise, I have that 65 watt charger. That's what I'm probably going to use on the Mini 4 Pro. Okay, so I think that will play nice, because again, I'll be charging the controller and the 3 batteries off of that. So
yeah, my experience with the Mini 3 Pro battery charging hub or whatever, you don't have to have an overly powerful charger to get it to batteries to charge up in a reasonable amount of time.
I think they call those smart chargers. There's a name for that USB-C port. They call it power detecting PD or something like that. I'd have to look it up, but there's a name for that particular kind of USB-C that they intelligently talk to each other and say, okay, you need this many amps.
Hey, Lauren's in the chat, Bill, and he's telling Michael that the Mini 4 with the Mini 3 batteries is over 250 grams.
Yep, there it is.
That's probably what DJI is getting at. If I'm a betting man, because it's you got that insignia on the battery that says ultralight 249, so they don't want somebody to slap that in the drone and say, and then they're overweight.
Question of the day: what did you think of the DJI Mini 4 Pro versus DJI Mini 3 Pro comparison? Let me know in the comments section below. Thanks so much for watching, and remember, it's a great day to fly.